Welcome back. This is The Guys Next Door. I'm your host, Ron Arenas, and my co-host, Pastor John McLean, brought to you by Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Welcome back, Pastor John.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to be back. I know every now and again you have to fly the plane by yourself, but thankfully I come back and the plane's still here and you didn't crash into a mountain.
I didn't burn it down.
Yeah, well done.
Yeah,
Good job.
Well, thank you. And today we have a special guest with us, Al Shirley. He's a coach over at Picture Rocks.
Yeah, Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing track team.
At Pima Community College track team. He coaches the hurdlers and the sprinters. Welcome, Al.
Hey, thank you for having me.
Yeah. So how's your season going? I know you're still in the season, but you're kind of winding down, right?
Yes, we are. Right now, throughout this season, we were ranked number 1 in the nation
Oh, wow.
on the men's side, and on the women's side, number 3.
Wow.
Right now, since all the tallies are starting to come in and people doing their regional meets,
Mm-hmm.
now we're ranked number 3 in the nation right now.
Wow.
And so, but we do have our regional meet coming up
Okay.
next week, Tuesday and Thursday.
And how many schools come to that, to the regional?
It's just all the schools in Arizona.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
The Maricopa schools, Central Arizona College, Pima,
Right.
and Paradise Valley, Mesa, yeah,
Yeah.
and Glendale. So,
Okay.
but
Interesting. So, I mean, no one would think of all places, particularly Phoenix is such a big city. So many people associate that with where that powerhouse stuff comes out of. What would you account it, what would you account the success that you're having at Pima Community College and your track team too, here in Tucson, which is usually we don't get the love that we deserve. But, we actually have some pretty cool stuff coming out of here.
Yeah.
yeah, we do, and that's one of our selling points
Mhm.
when we do have to recruit against the
Mm-hmm.
the bigger cities, like the Phoenix, because they got a gamut of kids that they can choose from, gamut of schools that they
Yeah.
can choose from.
Mm-hmm.
So, but we are about holding our student athletes accountable.
Mm-hmm.
Every little thing they do for study and library time, being at practice on time,
Mm-hmm.
we let them know that they can't do this forever.
Yeah.
And fortunate, we've done so well that a lot of the kids are now coming down to Tucson from the Phoenix area.
Oh, good.
So
Mm-hmm.
they like what we're doing because we graduate. Our kids graduate
Mm-hmm.
from Pima and move on to the next level.
Right. And next level would be a 4-year school.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
do most of them that move on to a 4-year school, are they running at the 4-year school, or are they just going for the academic?
They're actually running.
They're running. Okay.
Yeah. And they end up being some of the best athletes at the next level also.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So that, and it gets them through. So get them through that short time period of their life
Right.
and
Mhm.
get them started on the right track. So, and the parents, once we get the parents to buy into that this is what we're about,
Mm-hmm.
and they also encourage the kids to come this way also.
Okay.
Is that one of your primary goals when you're working with an athlete, or just in general with your athletes, to get them to that to a 4-year school and get to that that career at a 4-year school, or what are some of the goals that you have for the kids that you work with? And I say kids, young adults that you work with.
Well, we push the universities, but we also push doing the trades, working with their hands, whether it be
Yeah. Very good.
plumbing, electrician, driving trucks. We have a couple of kids right now. That's their main goal. They just say, Coach, I want to get my degree, buy me some trucks and start my own trucking company.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
And some of them want to go into the police force. Some want to just get out and go into like corrections and whatnot. But they want to start their lives early.
Yeah.
And some of them say, okay, I'm going to go. And we don't rule out the military either.
Right.
But they'd do much better if they get their degree and
First.
go into the military, because then now they become an officer in the military.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And
So pretty much what you're saying is like it's situational with each kid.
yeah,
I get it.
definitely.
Mhm.
So
And it's funny. I mean, running a transition program, and I think, there's a lot of symmetry to the work you do too, Ron, where it's like, even though we feel like we're in this field, we're all in the development of young people business.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, always,
Mhm.
always developing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and we get a lot
Definitely.
of companies coming in, looking for kids, like the fire departments. They said, well, we'll bring them into our academy. We will train them
Mm-hmm.
because, like I say, and it's just about discipline, I think, right now,
Mm-hmm.
based on some situation, because we have some student athlete that comes from some horrible situations.
Mm-hmm.
And this is just a good break for them to be part of something and to be able to go on as long as their talent would allow them to go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's we just try to try not to group them all together, look at the individual situation. Like say, for an example, they have to do 8 hours of learning center.
Okay.
But if they already have like a 3-8,
Mm-hmm.
we'll let them slide a bit. But but if they go down below that, they gotta go into our study center and still have to do practice after that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we still just like I say, holding them accountable.
Right. When you're recruiting these kids from bigger cities, what's one of the selling points bringing them into Tucson that's a smaller city, a smaller community?
Same thing, just
Yeah.
we're gonna hold you accountable. We tell them up front, we're gonna put the work in.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna take care of you, but getting them our own time. That's what
okay.
we want to do. But like we were talking earlier, some of them they can take advantage of that COVID year that they lost.
Yeah.
Mm.
So they still stay at the community college level,
Mm-hmm.
finish up those classes that they're missing, and we encourage you to go to summer school and winter session. And as they're freshmen coming in, we even talk to juniors
Mm-hmm.
and tell them to start taking classes that's going to transfer right into the
Okay.
college.
Mm-hmm.
Also.
So you have a plan for them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we try to give them
So
all
you
the
lay
good
out a
plans.
plan so that they can go through this plan and then be successful in going to the next stage of their life.
Exactly,
Mm-hmm.
exactly.
Yeah.
But we work them. We put the work in.
Yeah, of
They-
course.
They
you
have
have
to
to.
understand that, Gus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And to be successful, you have to put the work in.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but, we try to keep it. There's still young athletes coming out of high school,
Right.
so they're not. Some of the guys are still growing.
Sure.
So
Mhm.
we got growth plates to worry about.
Mm.
Yeah.
We got young ladies. We can't say this to their face, but they put on that freshman 15, and so and
Yeah.
that's it. Just keep working. It's as fast as it comes
Yeah.
on, the fast it would drop off.
And you were
Right.
earlier speaking about trades, and we're probably, I'm guessing, going into the commercial a little bit on this note. What are some of the trade programs that Pima Community College has that you can refer the student athletes that you work with to?
Well, we try to like we have some kids that are in the nursing, but what we try to do is get them to look for schools after they finish Pima Community College, because right now we want them to focus on their general studies or their business studies or
Mm.
whatever that they choose to go into.
Mm-hmm.
Get those things out of the way first, and that usually keeps them busy, especially with our program
Right.
that we have running. So they're looking at the next level and seeing what those colleges offer, and if they can help them in CTE type programs and whatnot.
That's
Oh, okay.
awesome.
Yeah. Well, we still have about a minute and a half left on this
Oh,
segment.
okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, cool. We're here talking with one of my favorite people's dad. So that would, I think, by proxy, that makes you one of my favorite people. We got Al Shirley. He's the track coach with Pima Community College. He's the hurdles and sprinters coach, rather. And I guess just real quick for people that kind of want to plug in with you, we're going to talk more after the break. But how can they get a hold of you if they're interested maybe in being part of the track program?
Well, we try to get out and go to them.
Mhm.
Try to hit out, especially all our local schools.
Okay.
We try to make contact with them. We even hold camps that we invite them to
Nice.
Oh,
come
okay.
and be part of the Pima campus and see what they're getting into. But we also have our information on the website,
Nice.
so they can give us a call or email us and let us know that they're interested in coming to be part of the program.
Very good.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, we're talking with Al Shirley, Pima College coach, and we'd like to thank some of our sponsors, Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing, R&R Mini Roll-Offs, and Tucson Pack and Ship. We'll be coming back to you in just a few minutes after some words from our sponsors. Welcome back. This is The Guys Next Door. I'm your host, Ron Arenas, with my co-host, Pastor John McClain. We're talking with Al Shirley from Pima Community College track. I almost said Picture Rocks Cooling again.
Well, hey, you got to get it in where you can get it in, you know? The product placement, that's all that is.
That's right. It's because they both start with P's. P-I, yeah.
There's no shameless plug here.
So how did you get into coaching hurdlers? I mean, that's kind of a unique thing. Not everyone can hurdle. I can't hurdle.
Even sprinters. I mean, that's like it's kind of like the elite class. Like that's like the the glory position, in track and field. So yeah.
Well, basically, when I was in high school, I didn't know I was a decathlete, but they put me in everything. So, I had to learn to.
So we're kindred souls, you're saying, huh?
Yeah. So I had to learn how to hurdle. Had to learn how to
Wow.
pole vault, but back in those days, we didn't have the flexible pole, so we had an aluminum pole.
Interesting.
And-
Wow.
And so then we didn't have a mat to land on. So we put tires down and put
was it
blankets,
tires?
put blankets over the tire. Yeah.
Really? I remember I heard
Wow.
of dirt, but I've never heard of that before.
Yeah.
That's wow.
So I do the Western roll when I did the high jump.
Oh,
so
really? Yeah. What was the high jump mat? What was that?
the ground.
The ground. Was it dirt like the long jump pit?
A lot of sand. They put a lot of sand
like a
in
pit.
it.
Yeah.
So you have to make sure that when that foot hit, just collapse right
Wow.
into
What
the
was your
sand.
highest high jump?
I'm gonna say back in those days, I probably went about 6'8".
That's pretty good for the
Wow.
Western roll. Man, yeah, my 6'7" was my highest high jump, and I was doing it, cheating. I got to land on my back.
Yeah, but that back then you were encouraged to do everything.
Yeah.
It could be track and field, football, basketball, baseball, just to see where you fit in. But because, like I said, we were farmers, so we grew everything. We were down in Mississippi, where I'm from, and so they kept us busy, and so they said, "Well, you guys got to do weights." I said, "No, we don't do weights." I don't know what weights are. We lift a lot of hay.
Right.
Yeah.
You do chores.
Yeah, we do chores. And so you just got into whatever was going on, and everybody back then expected you to do well. So they said, like my dad was like, "Don't start it. You're not gonna finish. Don't start."
Yeah.
So, and back then, the coaches, they were the boss. They were the boss. So
Right. Yeah. The respect of
you
the
had to
coach. Yeah.
yeah. So and that's what I miss with a lot of the kids. But the kids are smarter. They got different outlooks, and they have opinions and whatnot.
Yeah.
So you accelerated as an athlete yourself. I'm guessing you were a college athlete, and that probably led you to this path you're on now. I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ron and I was talking the other day, and I ended up going. I got a free agent tryout with the Broncos.
Okay.
But Coach Miller told me, he says, "Shirley, it's not that you can't play in the league. He said, but nobody's gonna pay to come see you."
That's a nice way of being mean.
Yeah. So it opened up. Like, whoa, that's pretty heavy. But now I get it, because he said it's a business. We got to sell seats. They're gonna go with the people that they know. These other people from
Interesting.
big
That
school.
Zion Williams effect.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. So, but you think about it, there's just so many great athletes out there,
Oh yeah.
but for whatever reason, don't get a chance or don't get in front of anybody
Yeah.
that can give them an opportunity. And so that's why I got left behind once on a trip. And so as a coach, I said, I'll never leave a kid
Oh.
behind, because,
Yeah.
because it just makes you feel a certain way. So,
Yeah. And you played Division II football in Colorado, right?
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about that?
I left Mississippi. I played at East Mississippi Community College, which is in Scuba. We call it Scuba Tech.
Yeah.
And they've been on the ESPN as The Last Chance U.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah.
And that's where we played, and it was just trees and us. So I started out there. So I had to go to the community college also. I was recruited by the Arkansas, the Alabamas, and whatnot. But if you don't have the grades,
Well,
you
yep.
didn't get in. So
Right.
so we were basically a farm team for those SEC schools.
Oh.
But I wanted to do something different, so I left Mississippi and went to Colorado Mesa
Yeah.
in Grand Junction. So I stayed out, which was a great place. I met my wife there. So, And so
The rest is history after
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
and moved to Tucson.
Interesting. Yeah, I would too. Colorado's a bit cold for me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was different.
It was different. That is a good way to put
Yeah.
it.
Well,
yes.
definitely different than Mississippi. Yeah.
It was different from that time,
for
but
sure.
I think it allowed me to grow.
Yeah.
And so
You left your parents and you went
Yeah.
out on your own. Yeah.
Yeah, so when I got down here, I think someone said, "Hey, what do you think about working with the YMCA kids?" So I started with the YMCA and just had this knack because, like I said, I hate losing. And so, but the kids, and then I went from the YMCA to Doolin Junior High, and I was fortunate to work with some of the Bates boys when I was
Oh,
there.
wow, okay.
Santa Rita.
Yeah.
And then my last stop was I was at Mountain View High School,
Mm-hmm.
and I worked with Coach Wayne Jones and Mike Gray.
Is that
And-
where Ryan went? Did Ryan go to Mountain View?
Yeah, Ryan
Were you
went-
there when Ryan was there?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So I got to coach Ryan in on JV. I was
Ah.
a JV coach,
Nice.
Okay.
and they went undefeated. They were really good. So,
Wow. Nice.
And so, but then Coach Gray left and went to Central. They said they need. I used to be the jump coach. I was a jump coach. So I coached their long, triple, high, and helped out with the pole vault.
That seems like it'd be fun and frustrating at the same time.
Yeah.
Because my son, he ran track the past 2 years. My 17-year-old son, and he did a little bit of jumping, but we hung out with those high jumpers a lot, and it got to the point where I found myself out there jumping, try to show them because it was so hard to explain to them how to do this simple thing.
Yeah,
So,
and that's how you get hurt.
yeah, yes, I did. Yeah, I pulled my hamstring shortly after that. Yeah.
Because I tried it also. I'm not to this day. I'm like, why does this part hurt? I don't even know what that is. Because, but like I say, I was fortunate enough, like I say, to be part of the that whole Central dynasty because there we won 16 national championships. We had the fortune. We coached 39 Olympians.
Yeah.
And so one of my girls still has the national long jump. She jumped 22.6.
Oh, wow.
And so, and Pima, that girl has the triple jump national record. And like I say, it was a great experience. And I took over as the head men's coach in 2004.
Okay.
And I retired I left there in 2013. My wife got sick. So,
Right.
so I left that. And so then the opportunity came up for me to apply for a position at Pima. So did that and got on with them, and the rest of it's been pretty good. So it was good to get back into it after being out for a while.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
so,
for about
but
5 years, right?
Yeah, but I told him I don't ever want to be a head coach. That's a young man's game. So that's
Yeah.
where Chad Harrison, he's our head coach over there.
Okay.
He's got a lot of energy, and
Probably need it.
he comes from an old school background. Also, his dad was military, so
Right.
so he said, "I'm going to be hated." I said, "Well, that's okay."
So you were talking earlier about recruiting kids. Is there like a transfer portal for junior college?
Not so much for junior college right now.
Okay.
So, because, like I said, when they come to the junior college, it's usually because of their academics.
Okay.
Matter of fact, we're recruiting a girl right now. She could go anywhere in the United States if she wanted to, but she's coming up a little bit short on her academics.
Yeah, right.
So now she'll have an opportunity if she wanted to come here,
Yeah.
get her grades in order, and those people will still hold those scholarships for a person like her
Wow.
because she's just really, really good.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so,
That sounds like probably one of many success stories that you've been part of over your life. As we probably have a minute and a half till we come out here. Share with us another success story that you've been part of outside of being able to coach your son, which seems like a dream come true. But
Yeah.
what are some of the other kind of stories that you've been able to be part of?
Well, like I say, just mostly I got into the education. Well, I had started my own business for a while, tried to do that.
Mm.
I realized that I probably should have taken some business classes.
Yeah, I learned that 20 years too late for sure.
I thought having your own business would allow you to go fishing when you wanted to, and don't have to go to work if you don't want to. And I end up working more. So I said, well, I think I'm going to go back into the education. I get a little break there because running a business is tough.
Yeah.
And so good. But the fortunate thing is, and I want to give my wife credit, because of her, I was able to do a lot of the things, as far as being coaching and whatnot. As I stated, I was the first. I grew up in Mississippi, so I was the first year they integrated schools in Mississippi. So going through that just changed my life and made me a better person, I think.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Just coming out of that kind of scenario.
Well, for people who want to get a hold of you, maybe take you to lunch. Is that an option? Is there a way they can get a hold of you, or just send them to the website so they can be part of the track team?
Oh, yes, I'm to the website.
Sounds good. Go to Pima Community College. We have Al Shirley here with us. He's the sprint and hurdles coach with Pima Community College. Thank you so much for joining us, Al.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. It's a pleasure to have you.
Yeah,
right,
this is
thank
The
you.
Guys Next Door, brought to you by Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing. I am with the coolest guy in Tucson. I'm Pastor John McClain here with Ron Arenas. They keep you cool all summer long and warm all winter long. We'll catch you next time.
Yep. See you next week.